Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lynette Looks. I finished a really good book by the author Rachel Hanna, and it is called The Beach House. Now the story follows a woman named Julie, and you find Julie at home and she is worried about her husband because he is late, and so she's kind of worried about him. Julie soon finds out her 21-year marriage is destroyed. Her husband has been living a secret life, and Julie at the age of 43 is now having to start over. Her husband has had a whole family, and she finds this out, and this is early in the story, so I'm not spoiling any like surprises or anything, but that's pretty much the intro you get of Julie and her life. And she's thinking that her life is going really well, and she is on the verge, her and her husband are on the verge of redefining their life, so she thought, because they want to go live in South Carolina and buy a beach house and live the rest of their years there. Then this happened. Her husband doesn't want to be with her anymore now that he has uncovered his secret life, and he is going off to be with his other family. And Julie and her husband, they have two girls, and now Julie is having to share this information with her daughters and basically rediscover who she is outside of this 21-year marriage. And she decides that she is going to do it alone. She's going to go live on the beach in South Carolina and just rediscover this new life that she has. But there are some things along the way that are pulling her back, and one of them is her husband. Her husband comes back because something happens. And so Julie's path, now that she's creating like a new life and she's trying to start over, she's rediscovering herself, finding that she can be on her own and it's all gonna be okay. And she is finding new friends and she's getting the hang of it. And once that happens, there's, like I said, a monkey wrench gets thrown in, and the monkey wrench is her ex-husband. So the question is, does Julie continue to follow her heart and keep rediscovering who she is, her life, or does she get pulled in further into dealing with something else that has to do with her husband? So along the way, you find Julie meets people out by the beach, and she is really liking it. Even though her heart is broken, she is slowly coming to terms with everything. In this story, you will really root for her. I mean, I was rooting for her, and I was hoping that she would be strong enough to keep going, meaning in the direction that she feels she wants to explore and start anew at 43 years old. Her daughters are older, and for the first time in 21 years, she's single again. If you're like me, I think you're gonna really enjoy this book. It's definitely about having courage to start over, having enough respect for yourself and for your future self and who you are wanting to be, to follow your heart, know when to draw the line in the sand. I gave this book 3 stars on Goodreads, and this book is actually a part of a series, and I believe there are 10 or 11 books right now, and Rachel Hanna is going to release the next one in this series in 2025. And I enjoyed this book, and I will continue to read along the series, and I am hoping that you will enjoy it as well. A little behind the scenes on this, the start of this book probably wouldn't have been created if it weren't for Rachel Hanna wanting to see if this would be her last and final book, because she self-publishes her books. So in 2019, she really felt like her books weren't getting to the readers the way she really wanted and hoped for them to get out to her readers. And she was on the verge of not doing it anymore, not putting out any more books. But she decided to go along with her heart, her gut feeling, and she said, let me put this book out there, and this will be the test on how it does, whether I continue or not. And this book has been number one of all her books she's written, and she's written a lot, and it's sold more than 1 million copies. So that's a little behind the scenes, and it honestly made me feel like, wow, that's exactly what you're supposed to do when you feel like the chips are down and you can't go any further. Just, you know, try and try again, and you might succeed on the 100th or 1,000th time. But the whole point is that for Rachel Hanna, writing is her passion, and it would have been a shame if she didn't continue. So I'm so glad that it worked out, and I'm so glad that she is putting out the next book in this series in 2025. The Beach House is number one again, and I'm definitely going to read the second one in the series, which is Sunsets and Second Chances. So that should be another great one, I hope. And I'm really looking forward to reading more of her books. I really enjoyed the first book, which was The One for Me, and honestly, I do like that one, that storyline better, but not to say that I did not also enjoy this one, but I felt like that one I enjoyed much better. I'll leave a link to my review on that one in the description for you if you'd like to check out my review on that. I am definitely going to continue along in the series, and I highly recommend you checking out Rachel Hanna's website, and I will also leave the link to her website so you can see all the books she's written. And there's many series that she has created, so if you don't want to start with one book series, you can start with another. She definitely has a lot to choose from. Rachel Hanna, her books are more clean romance, contemporary, kind of small town, down home type storylines, and I really like it because it reminds me of, you know, Hallmark movies. It also reminds me of just something nice, cozy that you can just read. It doesn't have anything crazy in it. It's sort of like a feel-good type of story where in the end you're like, that was, you know, that was really nice. That was something short and sweet and enjoyable. On that note, I'm gonna wish you a Merry Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. And if I don't put anything out before New Year's, a very, very happy New Year. Wishing you all the very best, and may your wishes come true. On that note, guys, I will see you on the next one.